Hello and welcome back. Now, last time I was showing you about the data mining confluence, that is the area of discipline where data mining is being very useful for especially data science people. So, you have database technology, statistics, visualization, other discipline which I told you last time also. Then we have different algorithm, and very important, which is the next topic I am going to talk, is pattern recognition. How do you define a pattern? What is a pattern? Pattern meaning very simple. If a person is going to buy a milk, then what is the chances that he is also going to buy a tea leaf? Or a person is going to buy an egg, then what is the chances that he is also going to buy the bread? So, we will talk about the pattern recognition in more detail in the next session. Then of course, we have machine learning and database technology. So, with this, why not traditional data analysis we use? We cannot use the traditional data analysis because the algorithm must be highly scalable to handle such type of terabyte or gigabyte. So, naturally the scalability is very important, unlike my database. So, algorithm should be very highly scalable. Second point is high dimensionality of the data. So, data is not only one dimensional, two dimensional or three dimensional. It can be a data cube, four dimensional, or it can be a more than four dimensional, six dimensional, n dimensional. Okay. So, we have second point, high dimensionality of the data. That is the reason data science people have a lot of features to be selected. So, it is very useful for us in case of a high dimensionality of the data. Point number 3 is high complexity of the data. It tells me the data can come from a sensor. So, on the flow, like IoT, on the flow the data may come in a stream form, or it can come like a time series data. So, like a temperature prediction, okay, from a remote. So, it is a time dependent parameter. Stock exchange market is a time dependent parameter, or we use a word called as temporal data, that is depending upon the type, and then we have a beautiful word called as sequencing data or sequencer data. So, all these three, time series, temporal and sequences, they constitute a beautiful analysis in terms of a data science people. The next point is structure data, graphs, social network and multi-linked data. Structured data, graph. So, for example, I am a friend to another person, and third person also want to become my friend. So, I have a structural graph, okay, which is heavily used in social networking like Facebook, LinkedIn and other things, to in order to increase the likelihood of the friendship and sharing of the information. So, we have structured data, then graph analysis is very useful. So, you can have a 1 to n, one friend talking to n friend, or n friend talking to n friend, or a social networking and multi-link data. The next point is heterogeneous database and legacy databases. Heterogeneous means different variety of the databases will be there. You should be able to combine them together and be able to work with the older data set also, and that point is well taken care by the word called as legacy databases. Then we have very important term on the data analysis, and especially in the data science, spatial. See the spelling, spatial, spatio-temporal, multimedia, text and web data. This is where the lot of research are going on, and on spatial data, spatio-temporal. That means depending on the space you have a temporal logic. For example, bird in the sky, at what height or what altitude the bird is flying, so that aircraft can take care of, okay, bird hitting. Okay. So, spatio-temporal. Multimedia is my audio, video, text, graphic, YouTube video. These are all our data on the multimedia, and of course, we know the text and web data. The next point is software program, scientific simulation, and more new kind of applications are being added for the data analysis. So, that is where data mining is very important for all of our data science people. Multidimensional view of the data, data to be mined, relational data warehouses, transaction system, object oriented, relational, active, spatial, time series, text, multimedia, heterogeneous, legacy, all these are our data to be mined. Okay, so you can see a lot of variety of data are to be mined, and that is where data science use data mining as one of the core technique for finding out the patterns in the data itself. What we are achieving is the knowledge to be mined. So characterization, discrimination means which data is different from the other. Association tells me which data is associated with the another one. So for example, as I said, milk is associated with the sugar, or sugar is associated with milk, egg is associated with the bread, and things like that. Students are associated with marks. A university is associated with the student. So we have characterization, discrimination, association, and then of course we know classification, clustering, and deviation and outlier analysis. So this is where multidimensional view will give us a very good way of looking at the data. Then multiple integrated functions and mining at multiple levels. So I can mine the data at, let us say, state level. I can mine the data at a intermittent after a state level. I can say many number of states put together. I can mine the data. This kind of analysis will be very good for political scenarios. So for example, one party is winning in one state, can it have a chances of winning in other states too? So you have a multiple integrated functions and mining at different levels. Technique utilize OLAP, online analytical processing, database oriented, machine learning, statistics, and visualization. So we are having OLAP applications. Machine learning tools are available, statistical tools are available, visualization tools are available, and definitely applications are retail, telecom, bank fraud analysis, bio data mining, stock exchange market analysis, text mining, web mining, and etc. and etc. So with this comprehensive view, you can see that the multiple view of the data mining will help us in the data science a lot. So we have some classification like a descriptive data mining, like a BJP versus non-BJP. So election is there, so you have a descriptive data mining, which state is which political party is going to win. Predictive data mining, another very good applications for a data science person. Then we have different views of the data leading to different way of classification. Data view, knowledge view, method view, and application view. Data view tells me what kind of data we are going to be mined. Knowledge view tells me what we are going to discover, what is the knowledge I am going to get. Method will tells what kind of technique I am going to use, and application will tell what is the application I am looking for to be adopted. So this it gives me a very good idea about data mining to be used in the our data science course and data science engineering. Database oriented dataset application, okay, we have RDBMS, we have data warehousing, and we have a transactional database. For example, if I am booking a railway ticket, it is a transactional database. If I am booking a train ticket, I am booking a air ticket, I am booking any kind of ticketing, this is a transactional database. Advanced data set and advanced applications like data stream and sensor data. So on the fly, if I want to catch the emotions of the people, on the fly I want to sense the temperature of the sensor, like aircraft is flying at different speed, it has to sense the temperature, not only temperature, so many other parameters like pressure, wind, height, everything it has to measure. So it has to do the sensor data analysis. Time series data, temporal sequence data, which I just now shown you. Structured graph, social networking, and highly all spatial databases which are available. So data mining is what we have. Then functionality, data mining concept description, characterization, and discrimination. For example, I can generalize the data, I can generalize my algorithm, I can summarize algorithm, I can give a contrasting data characteristic like a human and a monkey. Okay, it is a good income versus a poor income. Frequent pattern analysis, this is what the next topic is going to be with us. Very important, is called as a frequent pattern analysis. So if people go for a shopping, which are the items they frequently buy? Okay, so we have like a diaper with a beer, okay, is an American example which may not suit for us, but is a very good example saying that people who generally buy the one kind of product are likely to buy another kind of product which is similar with a confidence of 5% and with a probability of 75%. Okay. Similarly, we have a education and income. More educated people are more money they look for. So, more education leads to more money as a income. Then we have classification prediction, construct model functions that describe and distinguish classes and concept of the future prediction. So, for example, classify countries based on the economy. So, we are in the third world economy, okay, car based on the mileage. So, we are using a gas or you are using a petrol, you are using a diesel. So, that depends upon the usage and that is what we call as a classification based upon the gas and mileage. Internet news like Google, product Amazon and things like that. So, you can see that classification and prediction. So, prediction will be mostly used by the Amazon. So, if you have been buying similar product, Amazon may give you 2 buy 1 free, okay, something like that. So, it is a classification cum prediction problem. Predict some stock prices, traffic jam and things like this. Very good application for the data science people is stock price changing market and which area of the city, which area of the metro the traffic jam is likely to be. So, this kind of functionality are very useful for our data analysis and for data science people. Okay. Cluster analysis we already know. Okay. So, unknown group of the people will be forming a cluster based upon the, okay. So, some people have a cluster houses to find a distribution pattern. So, people who are living in Hyderabad at a high-tech city area, they have a different cluster than the people who are staying in the old city area. Similarly, terrain images, maximizing infrastructure cluster similarity and minimizing the infrastructure inter-cluster structure similarity. So, intra-cluster means within 2 clusters you have and minimizing inter-cluster within the cluster itself you have a similarity. So, for example, if you look at the world high-tech city area, then we have a inter-cluster similarity because all the people are in the same cluster have the similar nature. Then beautiful application of the data mining functionality is outlier detection. So, data object does not comply with the general behavior of the data. So, if I am doing a fraudulent activity, my outlier will help me to find out the who is doing the fraud. Noise or exception useful for fraud detection and rare event analysis. Trend and evolution analysis, trend and deviation like political poll. So, and the entire country is going through the political scenario now. So, we have political polls. So, which is the trend, which is the wave and which is the deviation coming from party number 1 to party number 2. Who will win the election in of course, I have taken the slide from other source. So, the year is 2016, but we can modify year is equal to 2024. Who will be the presidential election or who will be the next prime minister or who will be. So, these are all some of the trend and evolutionary analysis. Sequential pattern mining like a video mining. So, if I am a movie lover or movie goer, then I like to see a movie by a particular actor or particular genre. Periodicity analysis, that is where climate changes and climate is always a periodical change. So, I can do a climatic change analysis also. Similarity based analysis like a future of the economy. Okay. Then we have some mining methodology like mining different kind of knowledge from diverse type of data like a bio, stream wave, performance, pattern evolution, incorporation of a knowledge, handling noise, parallel distribution and integration. So, these are all some of the mining. Of course, we cannot go into the details of all the mining techniques available because data mining itself is a big course. User interaction, you have data mining, query languages and ad hoc mining available. So, we have different kind of query languages in the data warehousing and mining, okay, similar to DMLA of our databases. Expression and visualization and interactive mining knowledge and multiple level of abstraction. Application and social impact, domain specific data mining. So, people are looking for a specific social. So, for example, I am doing some social activity, I am feeding the poor cows, I am feeding the poor animal, I am putting. So, we have different kind of social impact and social mining is done based upon the analysis too. protection of data security, integrity and privacy. So these are some of the issues to be dealt with the in the data science, and so is the data mining too. So you can see a different view, a simple view of the data mining. I have on the bottom data warehouse, databases, World Wide Web and other repository. Clean the data, that is your pre-processing, put into the data warehouse, and then you have a data mining engine. It will give you a pattern, it will give you with the GUI. So a very simple classical diagram of our data mining system. Okay. So with this I summarize here. Data mining is discovery of interesting pattern from the large amount of data. Second, a natural evolution of database technology and ML in great demand with a variety of applications. A knowledge discovery process includes data cleaning, data integration, data selection, transformation, data mining, pattern evolution and then knowledge representation as a latter form. Mining can be performed in a variety of information repositories, and data mining functionality, characterization, discrimination, association, classification, clustering and outlier, these are all the trained analysis we need to do. Data mining have a lot of architecture and application, and then we have some major issues in the data mining, but the whole objective of covering this is data mining is a part of our data science. So without data mining we cannot able to understand the pattern in the data science. So with this I end here. Thank you.